Hi everybody, I'm back and I wanted to just apologize that I've been away for a little while. I definitely didn't do a video last week. It's just been crazy in my life, so just trying to catch up with that. My work schedule has gotten a little nutty too, so it's just a little hectic right now. So I can't really promise I'm going to have a video every week, but let me just move you guys a little closer so I can get, yep. So anyway, in terms of my progress with my weight loss journey and my health and everything, things are going well. I don't have a scale, so I don't really weigh myself and everything, so the insanity has gotten even more insane in the second month. I've also added jogging, well, like, sprints and jogging, not really full, like, running. I'm getting there, but I did used to do that a couple years ago when I was living in Mystic, so I just figured I would start again because I missed it. So yeah, that's pretty much the update there. It's still about the same, drinking my protein shakes and trying to make healthy choices, and apparently looks like I'm losing weight. It feels like I'm losing weight, so cool. I'm happy about it. I feel stronger. I don't have as much pain in my body either. Like, I'm not as sore, so that's really good. But anyway, that's just that side of things. Today, I wanted to actually go back to something that I've mentioned in a previous video about protection and walls, and especially being an empath, how you can set your boundaries, because that is a very, very important piece of functioning in everyday life. And for me personally, I had to kind of come up with this little metaphor. As an example, I call it the protection community. So think of yourself as a house. That is your core, that's your soul. You are a home, a house, a building. And that's, where you feel safe, where you should feel safe, where you develop, where you grow, where you build and become who you are. And in a home, that's what's supposed to happen for most people. So your home is your house, that's your soul, your core being. So imagine that house, and then imagine that house has a porch or a patio. Some do and some don't. So if you have a significant other that you've been with for a long time, a long-term partner, a spouse, that the closest person to you, they would be like your porch or patio. They are directly connected to your house. They're pretty much a part of it. And, but they're not in the house specifically because they're not you or your soul. I don't know why I said that so strangely. So basically, these people, oh, that's paint on my arm from earlier. These people who are directly connected to you as your porch or your patio, it's a part of the house. You maintain it, you make sure it's structurally sound, and it's connected to you in a very strong way. It's a very important part of a house. So that represents your significant other or your spouse or partner. And then if you imagine, so your house, you have your patio and your porch, and then you have your yard. You have maybe some flower beds, some trees, a garden, growing vegetables or whatever. That is your immediate blood family or your closest family, and your chosen family, the people who are basically family to you that might not be related by blood. They are within your property, so they're very important, and they are a huge part of your personal protection community, which is something that, everyone has, and then there's a fence around that. So those three things, your house, your porch, your patio, your immediate family, like blood relatives, and your chosen family, the friends who are closest to you, those people are all part of your property. They are what needs the most protection, what you maintain. You have a lawn, you cut the grass, you trim the hedges, you take care of it, you cherish that, and you help it grow. If you have a garden. So that's how I like to think of my immediate, or I call it first level protection, or your first level of community. Basically, that's the most important part. And then, as everyone lives in a neighborhood, most people have neighbors. Your immediate neighbors, like the ones directly like next door, across the street, maybe like if you have a small street, it's like that full little street, like a circle with a cul-de-sac. Those are your acquaintances, your family, friends, maybe your coworkers, people that you're not as close with. Um, even new friends that you haven't really developed a relationship with long term yet or intimately yet, in terms of emotional connection. So those people are your neighbors, and yes, they are part of what you need to think about and consider and care about. They're not directly part of your property, and I'm not saying you shouldn't care about these people. It just there are levels of which with which you get involved, and you're there for these people. So, for instance, your neighbors would invite you to a barbecue. So you see each other at social functions, and you see each other once in a while. Maybe every year there's a Christmas party, or a New Year's party, or a friend's mutual party, or something like that. So they are definitely part of your life. They are within your orbit, but they are not directly part of your property. And so the last part, that I'd call that the second level. That's second level acquaintances, new friends, and family friends or coworkers. So then you have the rest of the neighborhood, other streets, all the way to the end of your district, basically. And those are strangers. You're aware of them, but you rarely get involved with them. You will have encounters with them, so maybe you'll walk your dog on a different street one day and you'll pass by somebody and you'll both be walking, you'll say hi for 2 seconds, but then you go on your merry way. You never see them again. Maybe you do see them again, but they're not involved in your life. And so many empaths, including myself, get so caught up in all these levels that it's like when you're focusing too much on all the levels, you don't think about your core, your soul, your own personal health. And that is really important to be aware of, because if you don't maintain your house, if you don't maintain your patio or your porch, termites can eat at it. It can be destroyed by weather. Your garden, if you don't water it, it's not going to grow. Weeds will grow over your grass. Your grass will grow too high. You'll get infestations of bugs, to ants, anything. So maintaining your home and your soul is your number one goal. Forget the porch, forget the patio. If that breaks down, you still probably have a structurally sound house. But the point is, you have to know where your boundaries are. You have to know when you should be looking out for your porch, or doing maintenance on a lawn or something like that, and you have to know when not to, when to worry about your own house. And that's something that I'm still working on. I mean, I haven't perfected it, and recently I've had to reevaluate a lot of relationships and, sort of put them in priority order, and it's been difficult, to say the least, because I do care about so many people, but I can't help anyone if I'm not healthy myself. And if I put off my own well-being too much, I'm not going to be good to anybody. I'm going to be no good for anyone and be in their life. So another reason why I mentioned in the previous video that I've been trying to be alone more often is because I need that. I need to really reconnect with who's in here, and I don't know her that well. Be perfectly honest. I know a lot about myself. I don't feel completely connected to her, to that person anymore, and that's my goal right now. So I just wanted to give you what I use for my own protection community, as what I've coined it, and just let you know that there are ways that you can prepare yourself. So for instance, if I have to go out grocery shopping, I make sure I do something for myself in the morning. I will light some sage and play my ukulele for a little bit, or I'll read something or watch a show, and then I will mentally prepare myself to be in public, because I sometimes can't just go out into the world and not prepare. If I know I'm going to be seeing certain family members or certain friends, I know that I need to do certain things to make myself ready for that interaction, because certain people, everyone has different personalities, everyone has different energies that they put off, and if I know a certain person has a specific energy, I need to understand and feel ready to accept that energy. But there's also ways to accept it without, letting your guard down too much or letting too much of that energy in. I've done a lot of I've had a lot of practice recently, specifically with forcing myself to be around certain types of people and trying to see how I balance what I take in from them and then what I give back. And it's been trying. Certain people are easier to maintain than others, and it's no fault of theirs. It's just very strong personalities can really affect me sometimes. So I've been trying to work on facing people with strong personalities, taking in what they're trying to tell me or explain to me, but at the same time not letting their energy affect my personal energy. But I mean, sometimes there are people that bring up your energy, they lift your energy, and it's great because you weren't feeling so energetic before, and maybe you were kind of down and just a little meh, and then you go hang out with these people and they're like, yeah, let's go do something, and it's great, and you get the energy and you're like, yeah, this is awesome, I'm having an awesome time, I didn't realize how great this was going to be. So there are definitely positives and negatives to this kind of thing. It's just really about making sure that when the negative energy hits you, that you have a plan of escape, because you need to be able to block any negative energy that is not your own. If you have feelings and you need to feel them and they're negative and it's about you personally and you know that it's your energy, feel that by all means. But you cannot let people bring their negative energy into you, because it will only affect you really bad later on, and it'll confuse you, and it's very exhausting, emotionally, mentally. And I feel bad because, well, I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty about it. I've stopped hanging out with a lot of people I used to hang out with because I just don't want to be around the energy that I had when I was around them. And it was mostly the atmosphere, mostly the environment, usually a bar. So I just choose not to go there anymore. I mean, I don't need to go there. I don't need to do that all the time. I mean, maybe once in a while I'll do it, but it's like I don't need that kind of emotional baggage around me with people in a bar, and I don't need to be around people who are really depressed or really like anxious or belligerently drunk. Like I don't need to be around that kind of environment. And I think that's a huge step, because I used to have the whole fear of missing out, and that was kind of weird to realize that I don't need to be everywhere. I don't need to experience everything that everyone else is experiencing. I mean, I'm happy with what I'm doing, and that makes me feel really good. That's been a huge step for me personally. And but yeah, anyway, I'm kind of digressing. My point is, know your protection community. Know your community around you, and your home and your porch and your yard, and make sure you have an idea of who those people are in your mind, and just start building around that, and then you'll figure out a system. But that's just really a suggestion from me to you, because it's been working for me. And if I've offended people, I don't mean to, and it's really nothing personal. It's just with my anxiety and depression, I can't take on much more right now. I really can't. And there are certain people that I really love and I love hanging out with, and I just don't have the time or the energy or the mental capacity to just do it. And they were all saying, we could just hang out, we could just watch a movie, we could just do this, this, this. And I'm like, I get it. If you want to come here, that's, that's fine, but it's going to be after a certain date because I have so much going on right now, and it's not against them, it's just this is what I need to do for me, and I'm not going to apologize for that. So you should never have to apologize for wanting to improve yourself and make yourself happy. That's never something that you should compromise on. So that's it for today. I know, hopefully I'll get another video in next week. I'm going to try to go into more coping mechanism things next time. Basically, like certain shows I watch when I'm feeling certain ways, and music I listen to when I'm feeling sad or happy or in a weird mood, and just like giving examples, because you have to have those kinds of things. Sometimes when your regular coping mechanisms don't work, or you don't have time to meditate or go for a jog or work out, there are lots of different ways you can cope. So stay tuned for coping. Still sounds a little weird. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and hopefully you will figure out your protection community and figure out your boundaries. Just make sure you do that, and hopefully it'll help you with your relationships. It'll help maintain relationships. It's a huge positive on them, to be honest. So go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, happy Sunday. Monday's tomorrow. Work week. But have a good rest of your week, and yay, October. Halloween's almost here. Alright, bye guys.